Hello friends, I am back with another scrapbook process video for you all today. And today I'm going to be using a cut file that I cut out, let's see, well, it was well over a year ago, and somehow this cut file has not been destroyed. It has remained in one piece until I cut it today. It was cut out of black cardstock, and it is of the London skyline. Well, you'd think that that would be easy for me to use because I scrapbook mainly travel photos, and a lot of my photos are from London. Since we've been there, let's see, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've been there at least 5 times. So you would think that it would be very easy for me to put on a layout. However, turns out that's not the case. It was extremely difficult for me to put this one skyline cut file on a layout. So I was looking at this black cut file. Obviously it's not black anymore on this layout. I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? I want to heat emboss this gold. So I did. And then I'm looking at it and I'm moving it around and trying to figure out where to put this. And I'm like, this isn't working. I'm going to cut it. So I end up cutting it up into 2 or 3 pieces. I'm not sure. I think 3 pieces. Like one was very small and 2 were larger. One I still have floating around on my desk. It still needs to make it on a layout. It hasn't yet. Spoiler alert. Still not on a layout. So I'm working on it. I'm not sure where I've put it. Oh, there it is. So the piece that I have left, sorry, I'm like right on top of the microphone. Ah, there we go. It's not like it was really far away from me or anything. The piece I have left is the bridge, Tower Bridge. I'm actually just gonna oh, well, yeah, that's weird. I'm gonna trim off a little piece of it now that I'm looking at it because it looks kind of funny. So maybe it might make it easier to use later. Anyways, it's just an aside that I'm still fiddling with this like weeks later. So this layout I made, I'm fairly certain I made it while I was participating in an online crop. However, actually I don't know if this was a layout I made during that crop. I feel like it wasn't. But it was right around this time that I was participating in an online crop. So if you do happen to see my keyboard come into view, it's because I'm chatting with people online. Yeah. So that's fine. I'm curious as to what's happening with my nail polish in this video. I don't remember. It wasn't that long ago. It was only like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Like it was months and months ago. So anyways, the products that I'm using, let's talk about those instead of just babbling on about nothing. The products that I'm using are from Simple Stories Safe Travels collection. That is all of the pattern paper that you see there, except for that orange pattern. It's actually not a pattern paper. The orange is a cardstock, but it has that shiny UV treatment on it, and it is from Close to My Heart. I am inking all the edges on this layout, which I didn't think I was doing in this album. That's interesting. I might have to revisit the album and see what's going on there. I'm inking the edges, and I'm probably inking them with walnut stain distress ink. So it was sitting in front of me. I never remember if I'm using walnut stain or vintage photo. Oh, yes. So the 2 blue papers are definitely from the Safe Travels collection. Without a doubt. And then I wrote down that I used Paige Evans Bungalow Lane. I wonder what that was. Interesting. I'm not sure. And I'm not positive who the designer of that cut file is. But if you go to the Silhouette Studio, it's from the Silhouette online store. Should you like that cut file, if you go to the studio and just put in London or travel skyline or anything like that, I'm sure it will come up right away. I've seen it lots when I'm searching for London, because occasionally I'll go on the Silhouette store and see if there's any new cut files. For London, there aren't usually, so if anybody out there designs cut files, please make some more London ones. I would very much appreciate it. But, and, oh, that tag is from the Bungalow Lane collection. That's true. So here, this is mainly what I wanted to talk about for this layout, now that I've waffled on for 6 minutes about nothing else. I'm making a pocket in which to insert my journaling. I don't do this very often. In fact, I don't do it often at all, really. But when I do want to make a pocket for journaling, I will do this. And I'm actually going to alter the page protector. Oh, there I was looking to see if, because I'm using packaging from a chipboard sheet just to give it a little dimension, but without going like crazy high dimension. So I was looking to see if there was a sticker backing sheet that peeled off. There is. And I don't know if it's in the video or not, but later I was moving the layout and I'm like, why is my picture coming off the page? It's because the chipboard released from the sticky, well, not sticky, but like that waxy sticker paper. And so I was really confused. I was like, oh my goodness, I know I put this down with white glue. Like, what is happening? Why is this photo pocket coming off the page entirely? And I was really angry because I thought my glue had failed. But then when I investigated a little bit more, I was like, oh, okay, there was sticker release paper on it. And I just couldn't, sorry. My mom was calling me, so I will talk to her later. Although she'll probably call my husband's phone, which is right beside me. So if that should happen, I may have to pause and come back later. But yes. So yeah, back to my story. I was really upset that I thought my glue wasn't working properly anymore, and on and on and on. And so then I realized, and I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't my glue. Everything is fine. So I figured it out eventually. So for this album, I put one tag, and this could have been the starting tag. I punched a hole in it, and I put twine in it. Well, now I feel like every tag that I put in the album has to have the hole punched and twine added to it. So it's become a thing for this album. And does anybody else do this? I don't want to waste it's actually not twine, it's crochet thread. It's I don't think it's cotton. I think it's some kind of nylon crochet thread. So it's really, really, really fine. Well, it's not really fine. It's a little thinner than baker's twine would be, but it's a lot more economical than baker's twine. So I got this one off of Amazon, and I have another one that's thinner, but I did use it to crochet with, which, oh my goodness, if you crochet and you've never crocheted with the thin cotton thread, don't. I made a doily for somebody, and I thought it was really pretty. Gorgeous, very pretty. And I was tempted to make like a nice table runner or a tablecloth out of crochet thread for myself. Yeah, well, I don't think that that's ever going to happen. But if you want something to thread tags with, and you just want something that's simple and inexpensive, I would recommend, you can get it anywhere. I'm sure you can get it at Walmart, or I know Michael sells it. I know like any crafting supply place would sell it. I got mine off of Amazon. It's by the one that I always get is by a brand or a company called Aunt Lydia. And it, I just keep it right. I have a little shelf carousel thing from scrapbook.com. So I just keep it on one of the shelves, and it's super easy for me to just pull off a piece and trim it and use it on tags or whatever I want. So, like I was saying, that, you know, I have this big ball of this cotton thread, but I don't want to cut off too much at a time because I'm trying to save it. Okay, they cost about $7 Canadian. They're not expensive, but it just makes me laugh that I'm being so stingy with the thread. Just anyway, it's my tangent. There's been a lot of tangents in this video. I don't know what's happening. Just being a chatty mood. This little tool here, if you've never used one before, I would recommend picking one up. It's I think it's by EK Success. Let me see. Mine's right in front of me. Yes, EK Tools, and it's filled with a powder. Now, I don't particularly enjoy the scent of this powder. It usually makes me sneeze. It's very like it, I don't think it's baby powder, but it could be. I'm not sure. I think it smells different than baby powder personally, but it could be baby powder. So it's just this little conical tool. It's like a empty conical filled with powder, and it has a really dense brush on the end of it. Now, when you get it, the brush is considerably longer. A lot of my bristles have fallen out over the years. I've had this for, I don't know, must be going on 10 years now, and I've never refilled it, and I've never purchased a new one. And I use it, well, now I use it for heat embossing, to sprinkle on the cardstock to get rid of any fingerprints. But my main thing that I use it is for stickers. If I want to put stickers on pop dots, or want to move them around to see if I want to put them on the layout, etc. So really handy little tool if you've never used one before. They're quite handy. So here we come to the ending of my video here, and I'm going to show you how I alter my page protector. Now, you don't have to do this. You could just reach in the page protector. It's a top loading one, and you can just reach in from the top and pull the tag out. I think I was actually planning on having this not be a voiceover part, but I've already changed the video, so that's fine. You could totally do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, what I have found when I do that is that my page protector ends up tearing, where it's like fused together on the edges. So what I prefer to do is I just took, it's actually a palette knife, and I made an indentation line where my tag is going to be, and you can see it there. I'm showing you closer, but you could see it the first time. So I just made an indent, and I'm going to take my scissors, or you could use an X-Acto knife. I think I actually do switch to my X-Acto knife, and a ruler, and just cut. I do it very gently. Like, I don't just push down and, hope for the best, because I do have a layout on the back of this page protector. And I do only recommend that you do this if you know where you're putting this in your album, or you plan on keeping it on that side of the page protector in the album. So yes, I do switch to my X-Acto knife because I'm using close to my heart page protectors, and they are thick, which is why I like them, but they're difficult to get it through. So this is definitely an option if you want to have this like little tag pocket like I made. It's fun. And then how I put the layout in is I put it in and I poke the tag out through the hole. So it's just something a little different in the album, it's a little interactive portion. So it's super fun, and I really enjoy it. So that is all that I have for you today. Thank you for sticking it out and listening to me babble on about nothing. And I will be back really soon with some more layouts. And thank you so much, and I will see you then. Bye.